Good morning. Tis moi, Sahara. Um, I just trying out some new things. Here's your chart this morning. What a beautiful day this is going to be. This is one of your toughest times, sweetie. And the thing is, we go through this in our lives so many times, and it always feels like the end of the world until you forget it and move on. It's just life. But today, this weekend, um, and probably for the next week, it's showtime. You've got Saturn, um, the old humbug of the zodiac, Mr. Thou Shalt Not Have, gloom and doom, life is serious. Guess who is ruled by Saturn? Me, moi, a double Capricorn. Yes, indeedy. I understand being a Capricorn. Um, Jared, I can't say his last name, Trump's son-in-law that he favors so much, he's being affected by these aspects right now too, in a different way. Your husband, if I remember correctly, he was being affected by Pluto right here on his Mercury and Sun. And that means a big change. It's like having a bomb thrown in your life. And I've mentioned my experience with Pluto going over my planets, and I have more to go. Uh, and so we have Jared, the son-in-law, the first son-in-law in chief, who's a real a-hole. This is him. He's being affected by this. It'll probably go on for a long time for him. So is your husband. I'm out of the woods right now. See, all those Capricorns aren't quite the most evil characters in the world. Um, this Saturn is Mr. Serious. Life is serious. Oh, woe is me. And it feels that way. And it might really be that way. It is overemphasized, of course, the seriousness. I know that. I'm so Capricorn. I understand that. And you have to work to get around that and grow from it, most of all. I have. Um, this is Mars. Mars, of course, is a warrior planet. And Mars is in opposition, as you can see in the skies. If you were to look straight up, you would see Saturn over here and Mars here. This would be like if you were out in the grass looking straight up at night. This is kind of technically what you see. Well, they're in opposition. So Jared's getting it, poor fellow. But you and your husband is under this influence. So you have this influence, this opposition. This opposition falls on your ascendant. That's more powerful. That's the most powerful point to have this. My husband died when I had Mars and Saturn conjunct on my descendant. That was my spouse, and I knew it. I timed it. I knew the day. And so this is harsher. So this is just the hardest time of a split up, and reconciliation is far away at this moment. And it's also your tensest time personally. This is very, very, very rough, and just staying mellow, probably not reacting to anything is the most important thing. And it's hard to do when all your lights are being punched. You get a knee-jerk reaction, and after a while they're not even your reactions. You just in a pinball machine reacting. This is a good planet right now for you. This is the transits out here. Okay, This is all the stuff that's out there in the sky. These are what was in place when you were born. And in beautiful Florida, which is now sinking. There's a cheery thought. So you have the inner planets and the outer planets. This is today. This was in 1967. That magical moment, everybody's got one, makes a blueprint. So you have, right now you have Uranus, planet of sudden change. Uranus is neither good nor bad. You probably figured out that most of the larger planets on the um, outer rings of our solar system are pretty rough on us. That's only because we're growing into them. They're new. It's the whole thing. They're new on our consciousness. So here you have your sun, 26. When you're born, your Uranus, 26. That's a bright idea. New beginnings, people come in and give you new ideas. They come from the home, oddly. And because here we have the family. So this could be your birth family or your young ones around you uh, giving you good ideas or cheering you up and giving you new life, because the sun is life itself. It's our vitality. So this Uranus brings us new enlightenment. Without that, without light, we die. So we have here Venus, the goddess of love. Everybody loves Venus. Venus is just moving into, it's got about a week to go before it comes up to trine your sun. See that these are fire signs. So it's coming up to trine these two things, and that will be a time when you have a sudden resolution. Now, these things are, anything can happen. It's up to everybody involved. Um, and that it becomes blown out of proportions is most likely. Except the thinking outside the box and shooting up new energy. My phone just beeped. I hope it's okay. I'll continue. So we have Saturn right now is in a trine. See, Saturn is gloomy, but in a trine to your sun, which is moving. It moves, unfortunately, into your first house, which makes you very serious and depressed for quite a long time. This is when you kind of recover. It's a recovery. Believe it or not, Saturn is when you lose weight when it moves in your first house. So you have the sun and you have Saturn, and they're in a 120-degree trine, and it comes down to, that's the transit, it comes down to trine Uranus at the same degree. So you have a grand trine with your transiting Uranus, natal moon, transiting Saturn. So you have, and also most certainly the ascendant is the big player here. These things are also playing in well to your descendant. If you think about it, this is 26, this is 26. That is a sextile. And this is 26, and this is 26. This is a sextile. This has brought you your good luck in life. You might think, gee, I haven't been, I'm not Princess Di. This has been rough. Trust me. You've had the rough stuff, which is Neptune, blah, blah, blah. All this stuff is tough stuff. Learning to tell the truth as it is and tell it like it is going to be the big key in your life path. You've got Mars here. This is the war god. And who is this? This is your partner. Oh my gosh, it's almost fisticuffs here. So the the less you communicate with anybody um, on the opposing side, the better, because this is war. This is what makes war. Um, and unfortunately, those that make war with these aspects are on the losing side. And in this case, I mean, I'm thinking nations when they go to war, but you're a couple divorcing, so I don't know where that comes into play. This is not a good. No time is a good time to fight, I guess. So this comes up. This little Venus comes up to make a trine into you. It makes more of a trine, a stronger trine, bringing good Venus vibrations into this grand trine. This shows good judgment. As tough as this is going to be, you have good judgment. Okay? Saturn is good judgment. Mars, in aspect to this, sextile to this, brings the energy to follow through. So the way you handle your energy is the most important. You can make good decisions because of this. Saturn has good judgment, feet on the ground. Mars is I have the energy. But when you turn it into uh, these two together in opposition, is a fight and a war, and it's a battle. So you have both things going on. You have energy, good luck. This is a divorce. Um, it's either divorce or death. You can't tell in a chart. Like in similar aspects, my husband died. It was just as horrible, more horrible. So, but this moves in, this little Venus here. Little Venus moves in a week, and if you can resolve things, then if you be not if you can hold off for about a week. In fact, let me look real quick to see if Venus is going to be like on the third or something. Hang in there. We're going to check on. We want to look to see where Venus is going to be and when. So this gives us. We can look at. This gives us whatever's new up in the sky, and unfortunately, I've got your birth time. I wanted to move to the right now, and I can't type because I have the camera here. Okay, I'll just take a guess. Here's Venus. I'm going to just guess that it's about a week from now, and Venus is around 26. I would assume it's a week. It sometimes is timed like that. So, hang in there and know that things get better. Oh, I didn't show you something else really cool. Hold on. Let me see when Jupiter goes direct. There's so many factors to astrology, isn't there? Learning it is just a whole nother deal with it. Phooey. Oh, well. I can't make this guy work right now. Okay. I just want to see when Jupiter goes direct, but I can show you just as well here. Okay. So you see, learning astrology is nice, but it isn't something that is, there are things you can do to learn a few things, and I've seen you do it. You've utilized some things, which is really good. Sometimes just having an overview is better than junking up. You get a clearer picture. For someone that studies this, it becomes a traffic jam in your head. Okay. Here we go back to our chart. Jupiter, the great beneficent. everybody looks for Jupiter. Everybody loves Jupiter. Jupiter is going through their 10th house. I couldn't get the timing for when it goes direct, probably about 2 or 3 months from now. It's a slow moving planet. And so we have Jupiter going across your midheaven. It's going right now. And it's just retrograde. See, it goes backward, then it goes forward again. They all go uh, um, two steps forwards and one step backwards. And so you get used to timing them. This is in your 10th house, and that's like your direction. Yahoo! This is a career. This is also when father figures do well. Perhaps your father's giving you more encouragement and support than you expected, or he's had a good turn. This shows um, good from their viewpoint. This shows that in about a week, your mat should lighten up a little bit in a week, and he's going to lighten up. Then you're going to be free for Jupiter to move forward into your career. See, right now it's going to be back here and go forward again. It's that this motion continuing on its path that is the most. I hope this is running.